What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to episode 2 of Couch Talk. I recognize in the first episode I did not do a proper introduction of who I am. So brief little overview of who I am. My name is Bailey Conklin. I recently graduated with my master's degree from my local university. And now I'm kind of taking a stab at this little passion project, you might be able to call it, doing this little podcast rant show thing. So if you missed the first episode, I'm going to link it down below. Go check that out. But yeah, so diving into today's episode, the topic of the day is going to be kind of getting out of a rut or a funk, you could say. And this can kind of tie into the last video as well, just on the fact that, when things aren't necessarily going your way, or you're just having repeated days of just things not going right, it's pretty easy to just mentally get into a funk. And when I say a funk, I'm not talking depression. I'm not going to get into that in any shape or form, as I am the least qualified. So this is just a disclaimer. I will not be talking about that. I will not be going into any depth with that. It's just the topic of just the average everyday kind of funk that most people usually go through in some shape or form. So yeah, I think the biggest thing I wanted to bring to you guys today are just some tips, some tricks of what can be done if you're in a funk, and to kind of get out of them. As seen in the first video, I kind of do a quote at the end of every end of every episode, and the quote that I have for today really kind of sticks to this idea, which I hope you guys will appreciate. But yeah, so a little personal background: when I got out of college, moved back home, I definitely got into a little bit of a funk, because it was breaking this old habit I've known for years and kind of starting fresh and not really knowing what was going to come with that. There's a lot of unknowns up in the air, which very much kind of made me get into that rut. But like I said, hopefully some of these tips that I've written down might be able to help you out. I know they help me out a lot. And they're pretty basic, but like I said, they help me out a lot, so hopefully they'll help you. So the first one is to get active. I know for me, as I'm kind of interviewing for jobs, applying for jobs, I'm inside a lot. And when I'm in a rut, being inside for an extended period of time, it just sucks. It doesn't help me feel better. It's just like the constant rotation of just being on the computer, grinding applications, cover letters, interviews, you name it. So I would say getting outside and being active is huge. And this could be something as little as just going for a walk or going for a run. Maybe if you got a bike, go ride your bike. Go play a sport. Just go shoot some hoops, play pickleball. I don't know, whatever floats your boat in that world. Because I know getting outside for extensive period of time will get your endorphins pumping, get that dopamine kind of going back up, and kind of get the blood flowing, so you're not just so stagnant throughout the day. So that's one. That's helped me out a lot. I run pretty much every day, whether I'm in a funk or not. It just, again, helps keep that habit. The second tip I'll kind of provide is going to be talk to your people. I spoke about this a little bit in the last video, but this is can be universal for all topics. Talk to your people about if you got something that's bothering you, bringing you down, whether it be your friends, your family, your significant others. They're going to be the ones that, they can provide a different perspective on maybe what's going on, or a different thought process on what's going on, that then can maybe help you think a different way to kind of snap you out of that little mental funk you're in. Third, and this seems super common, or kind of like common sense, but it's kind of like a foolproof way, I'd like to say, is just find a way to laugh. I think one thing that I've found is we live in a very serious world 24/7. And laughing makes all the difference. That's something I got to get better at. I catch myself being super serious at points and not kind of laughing things off when they don't need to be taken so seriously. So yeah, that's something I'm even working on. And again, I'm not necessarily in a funk, but it's just working on me as a person too. So yeah, laugh. Whether that be like watch a funny movie to end your day. If you've been inside a lot and you haven't had the opportunity to get out, whether it's cold or you don't have the resources, whatever that may be, turn on a funny movie at the end of the night. One of my go-tos is Grown Ups. It's super stupid, but it's just super lighthearted. It's something that doesn't take a lot of thinking, and just people that are genuinely in that film to just make you laugh and have a good time. Another big thing is, reels on social media. We live in this era of social media, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. Just scroll through some reels. There's some just outrageously funny things on social media that can just really bring a smile to your face and really just do some good on a bad day. And finally, on this laughing piece is just joke with your friends. Your friends are also the people that know you the most, so they can just always joke with you, put a smile on your face, kind of help you forget about whatever might be kind of getting you down or in a rut, So those are going to be my 3 tips to kind of get out of a rut or a funk. Again, a rut or a funk doesn't necessarily have to be depression related. It can for sure just anyone can just have a slew of a couple of bad days that then you just kind of get in a bad headspace. It's totally normal, especially in periods of change, i.e. getting out of college, the transition out of college into the real world. That is the change that getting into a funk is very normal. But yeah, so that's kind of my little spiel on that. Again, if you're in a rut, just try things too. These are the 3 things that really help me out. Like I said, hopefully they can help you out. But I'll reference my last video again. Experiment. Try things. Experiment in a healthy way, of course. But try things that, might try something new that might help get you out of that funk, per se. And just get creative. That can be a huge thing. I'm not super artsy by any means, but I got friends who say, like, if they're in a funk, they'll do some kind of art and it'll like snap them out of it within a day. So it's kind of it's not a one size fits all by any means. But yeah, so definitely if these don't work for you, get creative. See what kind of hobbies or activities you can get into to help pull you out of that. So yeah, coming back to what I had brought up at the beginning, at the end of every episode, we kind of cover a quote. And the quote that I had found was from Matthew McConaughey. And the quote is, "It's just a stop and not a stay," from Matthew McConaughey. So this is the definition of a rut. Like, you will not stay in a rut forever. And it's okay to get in ruts. It is okay to have bad days. We all do. The key thing is not to stay there. So it's super important that you find those hobbies or habits that you can do to break yourself out of those ruts, because it is inevitable. You have a rut, and it's not like you're going to go the rest of your life without having another rut for whatever the reason may be. New transition, whatever it is. It's going to happen again. So it's important to know how to get yourself out of those. And so one thing too, sounds kind of crazy, but write those things down, whether it be on the notes app in your phone. If you got a journal, write it down so that you can kind of reference it if you fall back into a rut. But yeah, guys, I think ruts are a normal thing. Getting in funks are a normal thing. Like I said, everyone's got bad days. I think it's just important to find the things to help you get through them. And like I said, I just presented the 3 of mine that really helped me. And so hopefully this could provide another just kind of broad overview of kind of how to hopefully help of getting out of a funk if you're in one. And yeah, guys, so this is going to kind of conclude the second video. If you hadn't seen the first one, I do talk a very overview of the transition out of college into the real world and the struggles that maybe come with that. So go check that out. I'm going to link that down below. And I will be back with a new topic very soon. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Go like, comment, share, and subscribe. And like I said, if you have any feedback, have any ideas, want me to go into more depth, please put that down in the comments. I'm very much looking for feedback and all that, as this is very new and I'm learning. So just keep that in mind. Appreciate you guys watching. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.